only trade at this one time every single day and still manage to make money, and I never have to look at my daily buys. And the best thing is that it only requires one candle a day. And that is the exact reason why I'm able to trade with clarity and without emotional stress, because this entire system follows an incredibly simple 5-point entry checklist that I use every single morning. Now, it simply just works because I'm able to focus on my 4-hour, 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time candle. Depending on your broker, this would show up as 5 a.m. or if you trade on FXEM, it will show up as 6 a.m. So keep that discretion within mind. The next key pointer is to make sure that your trading view time zone is set to UTC -5 at this current time. If it is during daylight savings or not, it would change between UTC -4 New York to UTC -5 New York. As long as you're following the New York Times, you would be in alignment with the correct timings. Moving on to the further simple analysis, when I go into the charts every single morning, my entire high time analysis consists of just marking out this candle's high and low point. And then all I wait for is for prices to either sweep the high, and then I'll be able to target and trade towards the lows. However, if price first sweeps the lows, I'm then looking to target and trade up towards the highs. That is my simple high time frame analysis. I don't look into the monthly FEG, the weekly order block, or the weekly PD array that will just confuse me and have me stumped at the start of the day. This is what I do every single morning, and the market has to print this candle. It is by design. I've seen this happen for the past 3 years, and I'll show you guys the only 2 variants that the market can do with this one candle. Once you then go down to the lower time frame, your entire range would then be extended. This is your range low, this is your range high. All of this is useless price actions to us. We are focusing on this area. Once price sweeps below the low point, we then understand that we want to then target towards the highs. That is it. We do not confuse ourselves any further. And with that, once price creates the change in state of delivery with a candle closure and a rebalancing of a breaker block, which I previously spoke about in our other video on what I exactly wait for before I enter a trade, it all lies down to this simple reversal trigger. And then once I have that, that is when I enter my trade with a direct market order targeting the candle range, posing liquidity. And all of this is still within my dedicated trading hour of 10 a.m, meaning I only need to stay on the charts for an hour a day. Once this happens at exactly 10 o'clock, which is my main trading time frame, I then enter my trade, and then the trade will then do its thing right after this. This entire 3-step process I just showed you right now works on Forex, futures, indices, stocks, and even crypto. As long as the asset itself has a high enough liquidity pool, you can take advantage of this every single day by focusing on one candle at one time. Now, to even further reaffirmate this knowledge, I've put my entire strategy on a 1-page pamphlet that identifies my 2025 strategy that I use only on gold and NASDAQ, following a sweep of my CRT, quick return to the range, additional liquidity, changing state, and looking to be within key times. That is my 5-point entry checklist. Once I have that, I'm entering with no hesitation or any emotional stress, allowing me to trade with clarity. Going back into our high time frame analysis, all we do is we come into the morning and mark out our 4-hour, 5 a.m. candle high and low point. When price takes the high, we are selling towards the lows, and if price takes out the lows first, we are then buying towards the highs. Simple. Now, as we move on throughout the day, we are slowly marking off our checklist. First, we have had the sweep of our CRT as price comes above this high point. We then have a quick return into the range. This entire point from this high towards this low, this is our entire range, and this bearish candle now returns into that range, so we can check that off. As we move on, we're still able to add checks to our entry points. We then have the additional liquidity, which you can then identify with this trendline wick highs and these trendline wick lows. We then also have a change in state of delivery as price closes below that area. And then last, we also have our key times. Since this is a sell, we are both above our midnight and our 8:30 opening. This is everything we need to now enter a trade within 5 steps. And there you go. stop loss above the high, and then you're just targeting the opposing side of your candle range, and that is your first trade of the day. Now, as we come into 10 a.m., which is my main time, we then see that price goes above our change in state structural area with a candle closure and a rebalancing of a breaker block with this bullish movement up here. Still, the same thing applies. We had the sweep within the 9 a.m. to 11:30. Since this is 10 a.m., that's when the sweep happened. We have a quick return into the range. We returned back in the range right there and right here too. We then also have additional liquidity. Price took out this previous low point, and we have these highs, which are now our new liquidity levels. And lastly, our key times are also within place. The 8:30 was around here, so we are below the 8:30 and also below our midnight. All we need to enter another trade for that day, and then market order targeting the highs and the stop loss below the lows. This is one of the most mechanical systems since it is market design. The market has to do this during that 4-hour 5-minute candle, either the CRT or the CIT, which you guys already have learned from me. And we want to actually learn a lot more about the CIT model. I would recommend to watch the Mashing Daily Time Frame video. I do go into depth with that concept. With that, you have both tools to actually trade this one candle every single day. As we go into truly refining this setup and model, I also have my entire trading playbook that has all my setups with detailed explanations within the Novo candle mechanics, following your daily CRT mastery, understand the art of one candle, and then to even enhance your trading, you then have our trading journal, which is monitored by a coach, so you avoid all your mistakes with the Novo Legacy Trading Desk, as well as you have the Novo Legacy Trading Growth Tracker, which is monitored by a coach, where we add comments on each and every specific trade at the end of the month and week, where I will then take upon myself to optimize and refine your trading performance with all the formulas to have that done. I'm only allowing 10 more people to be directly coached by me. However, you can also then get my real-time insights on the chart, guiding you all the way down to entry. Then you'll also be able to see the markets through my lens. And even more so from this, what you can even do right after this video is then get our Novo Legacy Trading Blueprint, 5 steps to becoming a profitable trader, understanding how the market actually moves, all the way to your one candle mastery with your iron bulletproof mindset of trading psychology, which is all within the link in the description for completely free. And I'm even adding my entire checklist I'm showing you guys today. Now let's go through one of the trades we actually took this exact week with the Novo Legacy students. We then were watching the charts around 10:30, our major hour, and we then already noticed that this is our 4-hour 5-minute candle right there. The high point and the low, that is all we're interested in, and that was our entire higher time frame analysis. Once price made the sweep at our major hour, which is 9 a.m., which you can see at the bottom of the screen, and around 10:30, it is a sweep within our key times. We then simply want price to sweep down and then push up higher. As you can see, there was the execution right over there, and then there was the trade, which netted me about $200 on that specific day by focusing on that one candle. And look at our 9 a.m. candle. It's right now at that point was an indecisive wick, but as we're entering the trade, it was a major bearish candle, but then that was slowly then defeated as we understood price was simply manipulating at this point. Now we go on to another trade that we took. This was also sent out to the Novo Legacy community. Once again, if you guys would like access to this is also within the free course that we already put out for you guys. And this is the trade that I sent out to the community, so they always understand what I'm looking at for the specific day on my specific one candle. And everyone can pretty much just follow along with me since it's such a simple approach. This is our CRT high and low point. Price then swept the low first, and then we're looking to target the highs. The exact same thing I showed you today. There was execution, and here was the entire trade when prices shot up during news. With this entire checks that I have showed you today, what I do specifically for my students is that I integrate this exact CRT checklist into their trading view chart so they never lose sight of it, meaning that they never ask themselves, where do I enter, or get confused. Instead, they're looking to enter with clarity and without emotional stress, because all they have to do is slowly check off all these systems on their current day to redefine when they do trade. And these are also trades that we took just using this simple checklist. Now let's get back into understanding this one beautiful candle that you need every single day. We then have our 5 a.m. for our candle high. We mark that out, and the low. That is our high time analysis done. We can now just set alerts at this area and just go pick up the kids, go to school, go to work, and just carry on with our lives. It's only until price then triggers one of these areas when we have to now start monitoring for about an hour until we find our execution. Now, since this is the 5 minute time frame, we then see also the low and high being extended on a dissected portion. We then have price sweep the low first. We then understand we are now going to look to target the highs. With this, once again, following our Novo entry checklist, as I said, this already made extensively in our previous video on what I always wait for before entering a trade. But you can just copy and paste this onto your chart by looking for a candle closure, a rebalancing of a breaker block. This was an old block that got disrespected, but then got respected on the opposing side on a bullish manner. We then have liquidity distribution, meaning specifically, since this is a bullish trade, the ideal scenario is where price already taken out all the liquidity at the lows and is only leaving liquidity at the highs, meaning there's a higher objective for price to move higher. We then also want momentum in that trade. We're looking for a nice quick movement, and this is always presented with us if you are trading at that one time, which is 10 a.m. And then lastly, time frame alignment. The only thing you're focusing on is make sure that your 4-hour is matching your 15 or 5-minute time frame, meaning if you have a 4-hour low taken out, you are then looking to buy, like this example, towards the high, right? It's quite extensive. However, when you're able to clearly identify what you are looking for from the market, it can never allow you to get confused or wonder, what should I do today? And this is how the top traders at firms like Jane Street trade at such a professional level. And I'm giving it to you guys so you can just translate it onto your charts. And there you go. This is the exact trade on Nasdaq. Price then just extend towards the highs. Now, even further, I'll be showing you guys the exact live stream that we did on my entire outlook I did with our community, all the way down to the entry and all the way down to the trade hitting full TP by just focusing one candle. Playing, okay. Yeah. Ton of stop loss though. Then we talked this high, yeah. Is that 1.7? Okay, that's good. Yeah. You guys have like some of the reason why I'm entering there. I need I'm putting this into free trade ideas and then also like Vox trades. Okay, let me try and enter though. Okay. Where specifically did I put my stop loss again? What was the level? But no, very good patience, guys. We waited for price to do its thing and got a final closure above that break block. We've done everything we can do now. We let price do the rest, and we let statistics, performance of the strategy, take over. I'm talking the max extension level there. 1%, yeah. Okay, there you go. We executed with our trading habits, okay? So we were already up for the day, okay? We're patient, waited for our checklist to be completed, okay? Strategy sweep, chain state delivery with the rebalancing, candle closure, okay? Using our liquidation models, okay? And then talking with the Fibonacci, giving our stop loss room to breathe, okay? In case of a resweep, right? We're following our high time frame continuations. We stayed out of yesterday because we understood that there was a high chance of low volatility and a low condition trade, right? Pretty much I'm very good with where we are right now in the week. And see what price does now. Okay, we did everything in our power. And remember, in the day, it's majority of all the trades together that we look at. Okay, but cheers everyone. I'll see you guys in the next stream. And as you can see, this is the update of that full on trade. Price reached the upper boundary of our full extension by following that CRT. There's also an SMC, which is also very good at our key time, 10 o'clock exactly. So all of this was also sent out to the free trade ideas section of our Discord and also Vox Trades, where I showed my exact entry points for that trade. And we come back into the chart. It's the same model I taught you guys today. Off of that 5 AM candle mark at the high and the low, we then got onto the lower time frame. We then got our entry as price swept out that low point with this move downward. We then needed all our entry point checklist. We can also see that this entire entry was fulfilled by our Novo CRT checklist with the CRT sweep that happened within 9 o'clock to 11:30. This sweep happened at 11:30. We then also had our liquidation model that I teach to our students. We then also had a quick return back into that range as price came back into here. A chain instead delivery with a closure above and a breaker block, as well as our no liquidity against us. So that was a wonderful trade. We entered that, and then as you can see, results show for itself. Live trade proof of the trade. It went all the way to TP with this, just based off of that one candle at that one time. And we do this every single day. This yesterday was also the same exact position that we took, just like that. Now, as I said, you guys want us to integrate this checklist for you guys, schedule a free call, and they also get access to our free course, which is within the link in the description. Now, even from that, we're still looking to extend on to you guys. I just want to really drill it into your head that you truly only need one candle. Even the other students are also doing this, but this is currently the Novo Legacy community. We are also working on a trading growth tracker just to, as I said, refine a lot of the mistakes that traders do make. But if you scroll down all the way here, I show my market post-market updates, everything that I do. We look at trades that are follow our entire checklist. And even from this, I also have the members themselves getting into trades just like this. CRT sweep of the low, looking towards targeting the highs. And wonderful trade of the day for price moving forward. And even more so, even other traders doing this on Bitcoin, and they even focus on this one simple move. Sweep of CRT, price moves towards the highs. Sweep of CRT low, price moves towards the highs. It works on every asset. The first month of the year, and we still got the best CRT of the entire month with this, our CRT high of a 5 AM candle, the low point. Since this was a bullish market, we're ideally looking to buy up the market, which was going to be presented as price sweeps the lows and then goes towards the highs. With our premium chat room of our students, there you go. Another beautiful CRT. January 31st, price sweeps on that low and takes to the highs. And you can see this is the current trade I was actually in. A line prices keep on pushing towards the highs over there. And even more so, all the way until price hit our full TP, netting us over $100 for that one candle that we traded on that day. And it followed our entire CRT integrated checklist, which is why we took that position with full clarity on that day. As I said, if you guys want us to integrate this entire CRT checklist onto your charts, you can schedule a free call and we'll get you guys started with that. But then right now, I would recommend that you guys, for one, start off with our free course. It has everything you need to actually start working towards being a profitable trader, as well as watching our Mastering the Daily Time Frame video, which goes over the second model that price can do every single day, which is our candle impulse theory, focusing on the previous day, high and low.